Hey guys, don't you think the lipstick looks really good with the hair and the... This is Seona. This is the first time ever on the Broadcheck channel that we've got a woman doing something.
Hi.
Aye, she's Scottish. I thought it was good because there's sometimes too much testosterone going on around here, so I thought we'd bring in a female's perspective. And today's talk is actually, it's one that won you first place in the Toastmasters competition in Matawaiki just recently.
Yes. Yep.
So it's a good one. I've listened to it twice now, and it's about karma. I'm not going to take up too much time. Siona's going to go through it, and she's going to read it just off the laptop.
Okay.
Alrighty. So tear into it at your own
Okay.
time. And thank you.
Thank you. Well, talking about karma and talking about personal karma, I actually know a lady called Karma.
Right.
She was a carer for me when I came off my motorbike and broke my pelvis, and man, she was good, and that is good karma.
That was her actual name.
That's her name is Karma.
Right.
She's local. She lives nearby.
Wow.
So to me, karma, a good action creates good karma, as does good intent. And a bad action creates bad karma, as does bad intent. So most often when we think of karma, it reminds us of someone that did something terrible, and we comfort ourselves with the belief that what goes around comes around. And in some way, we wish the same or worse to happen to the person that's caused such grief, whether to us or to those we love, or even to a random stranger, because we feel so strongly about it.
Yeah.
So I looked into it, and Buddhism has its own karma precepts, and Buddhism says that karma has not one but multiple definitions and different meanings. So karma in itself is quite a difficult idea. And when we think about how often bad things happen to really good people, I can relate this to the act of losing my husband, Ewan, at 38 in a motorcycle accident. But then his karma facilitated his death while doing something he loved, riding his motorbike, with the woman that he loved, me.
Yeah.
And albeit a really tragic accident, it was like he fell asleep in my arms at the end.
Wow.
With no long drawn out illnesses or no mushed up broken bones.
Was that at the accident site or in a hospital?
On the way in the helicopter
In the
to
helicopter.
the hospital.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he would have been like a caged tiger, had he been less than fully able to enjoy all the stuff that we came to New Zealand to do, all the outdoor stuff. So out of that tragic karma, I can see a really good karma for him in how he died. And I like to talk about my karma, and my own personal karma was to stay in Christchurch where we started and pay it forward for all the help and support that I was given by my new dancing and biking friends and colleagues, and the ones that were really there for me at the time. So I felt pretty guilty about moving on 2.5 years and 2 earthquakes later. But I felt like when I arrived in Nelson, I was being hugged with all this healing energy as soon as I arrived here. And by connecting with the Nelson dancing scene, I made new friends that introduced me to Contact Care, which is what I do.
Is that the name of a company or?
Contact Care is the process of enabling your mobility and releasing locked, I'm not saying this very well.
No, you're saying it like locked energy or?
When you have a surprise impact,
a traumatic.
a traumatic, it doesn't even have to be really big impact to have a huge impact on your life, but the sheath that covers your bone goes into a contraction,
Right.
and it's my job to locate those contractions, apply the same amount of pressure and the same angle of impact, and that releases it.
Right.
So that enables your mobility or to return back to what was your normal prior to the impact.
Right, gotcha.
So I didn't learn that till I came to Nelson.
Well, you explained that well. That was good.
Thank you.
I got it.
Thank you. So, well, it leads in really well to the fact that I was going to say that having introduced me to contact care and new biking chums, but the contact care has been my big pay it forward scenario. Contact care, karma, quoting Leonardo da Vinci, is about realizing that everything connects to everything else.
Yep.
Everything
Cause and
connects to
effect,
everything
absolutely.
else.
Yeah.
So our karma is collective and interconnected with all others. And Buddhist philosophy, the collective karma can even go back many generations. As we've all been here before, and I believe we will all visit here again in the future. So simply, in simple terms, your destiny is decided by your karma, and every human has the power to change his destiny by changing his karma, and only we can create the future that we want. So one has no power to control their karma, but has all the power to change the karma.
Yeah.
So how people treat you is their karma, but how you react is yours alone.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So Mother Teresa said, let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier.
Well, I'm down on that.
And I like to make people laugh, either at me or with me. I don't care. And I'm also told, I'm regularly told, oh, you're such an inspiration. But I honestly don't think I'm anything special. I just keep on keeping on being an average Joe. But my main thing is that there's no point in being negative. It's such a waste of energy. And I know I'm good at turning negative into positive. And Mahatma Gandhi said, happiness is when you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. So I'm working on that. And it takes practice, and it's not always easy.
No, it's not. No.
It sounds easy.
No, it's not, because we're wired negatively. Yeah. That's part of our survival mechanism.
Yeah. It sounds easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
So when my life seems to be running in sync, I always feel like I jinx it by thinking that something's going to go out of kilter. And invariably it does.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
So I want not to do that, really. But there's one thing as well that I like to think, and it's, I saw that, said karma. Karma's a bit like integrity. So it's what you choose to do when you're not being watched.
Good.
And for me, the karma that I get from my motorcycle accident was that it's taught me patience, it's taught me humility, and even greater sense of gratitude. So if you think that you are surrounded by bad karma, there's a few strategies, and that's to identify what your karma is, to sever ties with toxic people, and it's not a selfish thing to do that. To learn from and take responsibility for your mistakes, and perform actions that nourish your spirit and invoke well-being on every level, like paying it forward. Learn to defy what your weaknesses are.
Yep.
And finally, to take new action, because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got.
Yeah, I love that one.
The biggie, the last one, forgive everyone.
Totally, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was brilliant, mate. Really good, and I think everybody that watched that will be. I'll just move this around so I'm back in the picture. Wasn't that cool?
Thank you.
It resonates with me, and it will resonate with a lot of people.
Thank you.
Thanks for adding something to the Bro Check Club, or we might have to call it the Bro Sister Check Club. This kind of goes across the board for everybody. And something interesting, you were talking about trying to get the positive from the negative, but we are so negatively wired. it's something which is built into our support system, our system of
Self-defense.
self-defense. Not so much supporting ourselves, but protecting our protection, more of a protection system. It's a bit like someone hear that knock at 3 a.m. in the morning. You're not going to go, oh, Clay Tall Stories has come around with a box of chocolates. Yippee! You're going to go, who the hell's at the door in the morning?
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Always. And so it's hard to do that around. Anyway, thank you very much for giving us that. And guys, if you have a video to make for the Bro Chick Club, jump in there. And congrats on being our first woman.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go steady. See you later. That was cool, mate.
Oh, gosh.
Very good. Yeah, well done.
I felt like you put me on the spot with the contact care, but that's all good.
Yeah.
Explaining the contact
Absolutely. We're just reality. And it was good because I want to hear it again too. Contact care. So you're basically pushing bones.
Yeah. Bone pressure. Bone pressure.
I've got a bone that's pressing right now. I pulled this arm out, pulling Bruno off Bigsy. They were having a fight, and I pulled a tendon.
When did you do that? When was he fighting?
Yeah, Bruno wasn't him. It was actually Bigsy was fighting with Pace, and he jumped on Pace, and then Bruno went over to break it up and tried to pull Bigsy off Pace, and then Poe came along and latched onto Bruno's ear, and then we had like 4 dogs fighting. So I first got Bruno, and when I pulled him back, I pulled my tendon here. And tendons take ages to mend.
Oh, yeah.
Is that tendon there, is it?
I had to have a tendon graft.
Holy shit, that's a biggie.
That was 16 weeks in Stookie. So 8 weeks in full time, and then 8 weeks part time.
Motorbike accident?
That was part of the motorbike accident, yes.
Another motorbike accident?
No, that was the same one.
Oh, that your husband was killed?
No. I didn't hurt myself in that accident at all. It was only him.
But
this was part of my January.
Oh yeah, it was another motorbike accident. Yeah, January. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only motorbike accident I've hurt myself in.
Okay.
In nearly 30
let's
years.
just keep it at that, eh? No more.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose we'll stop rolling this video now. We've kind of gone over time. Thanks, guys.